The night, another call. He breaks it down in plain sight. No smoke, no curtain wall. Brock ain't gone, no ending bell. He's still the same old force. Still circling that comeback talk. Still carving out the course. Roman wears the same old crown. Same bloodline, same refrain. Another chapter, same old page. Same beat, same stain. We paid for the seed. We paid for the view. Now they want more from us. What are we meant to do? Into somewhere, into somewhere. Jade keeps telling the truth. Into somewhere, into somewhere. We see through all the proof. Brock did not retire. Roman's on repeat. Into somewhere, into somewhere. Fans get press, not seats. TKO keeps raising up the cost on every fan. Taking away the matches, then asking more again. Higher price, less in hand. That deal feels upside down. They squeeze the crowd for every dime while crushing what we found. The card gets thin, the buzz gets old, the trust gets worn and torn. You charge us more for less each time, and still you act reborn. We paid for the seed, we paid for the view. Now they want more from us. What are we meant to do? Into somewhere, into somewhere. Jade keeps telling the truth. Into somewhere, into somewhere. We see through all the proof. Brock did not retire. Roman's on repeat. Into somewhere, into somewhere. Fans get press, not seats. Let the pipes cry out over broken promises. Let the names ring sharp through the empty promise. Boot stomping boogie, boot stomping boogie. Held is getting clown, Paul's getting his teeth clean. Jake's animating chaos, Jeremy's on the hype train. Boot stomping boogie, yeah, we're all in. Jake on the mic, into somewhere tonight. We slug the clips, we call the fight. From news to preview to one-way review. If it hits the ring, we brought it to you. Hey, Banana Club, we cover the news. A preview or review, whatever it was, we brought it to you. Make your way to the great egress as into somewhere is through. Have the last line be stay sexy. Jake. One more bout, then fade to black. Hey, Banana Club, we cover the news. So the live chat's jumping up, the takes are flying in. One more count, one more frame, and then we're diving in. Into somewhere tonight, into somewhere, Jake. We review it live tonight. We take it all the way. Into somewhere tonight. Say what worked, what broke. Into somewhere tonight. The whole caught every stroke. Into Scratch it back, cut it up. What did we just see? One huge swing, one strange call, one match change the feed. Jake says run that back and the room goes wild. We're not here to play it safe, we're here to call it live. Live, 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 live.
Oh yeah, that's right. Are you ready? Woo! It's Clash in Italy. You should be excited. Last day of May. It's May 31st, 2026. It is Jake, aka Countdown Ended, coming to you live on YouTube, bringing you our IntoSomewhere review of Clash in Italy. That's right. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us. I appreciate it greatly. Please welcome my brother from another mother, the man, myth, and legend himself, the wide awake and always effervescent Cody Onidi 316.
Give me a hell yeah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I thought
Glad
today,
to have you here, my
we
friend.
asked Triple H. You know, you gotta blow the roof off the place here. You got to do something about AAA and Double or Nothing. You have to steal their momentum. It's kind of like Triple H competing with his self, like how he competed with Vince with Black and Gold. Like,
Yes, indeed.
I think he didn't live up to the expectations. He said tonight was going to change the landscape of WWE and
It's going to
future.
change everything,
And
Cody. You knew
today
it was going
was
to happen.
a
It was going to
mid-show.
change the game. And Stuart's right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It is June 1st there. Pinch and punch for the first of the month. Pinch to gain an inch. But you know what? Like my wife says, it's not a new day until she goes to sleep. It's not the new day until time zone changes here. Sorry, Stuart. You're in that you're in that ether realm, that nowhere village, just you trapped in an island. I'm sorry, but yes,
It wasn't the
continue.
worst show of the world. It was a
It
mid-show,
wasn't
I
as
think.
exciting as fun last night. I got swept up in the hype. I gave it last night a 9. It's a bit too high. I would give it like an 8.25, maybe even 8.5. Like 8.5 feels right.
I think it's hard to say this show was good or anything because what we saw with Double or Nothing and what we saw with AAA last night, those were top
Night of the
tier.
Greats was
Chef's
great.
kiss shows.
Yes. I know you weren't even crazy about the second and third match, but I was pretty into both of them. There was a shit ton of great storytelling. Even me not liking the
Third
goddamn
match?
clowns.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking
War-
about Clash for a second. I'm
No,
like,
no,
third
the
match
War
was Brock
Raiders-
Lesnar and Oba Femi. That was my favorite match.
No,
I know what
the
you're
War
talking
Raiders and Pagano and the whole Psycho Circus, with Psycho Clown being backstabbed and betrayed, even though they've had their issues. Will they?
No, I get
won't
it.
They?
Like-
Can they coexist, Cody? And the way they did it too, it's a timeless, like you just do the walk away, but so much heat, so poetic, and you're not even mad at the guys beating the shit out of him. You're mad at the guy that won't help. It's wrestling 101, tried true. The formulas, all of it.
I don't think
fantastic.
the second match was like arguably like you can say bad. I think it was if it was for you, it was for you. If it wasn't, it wasn't kind of thing.
Yeah. Hey, true. AAA Nachos Belgrandes gets an 8.5 out of 10 from
I
us
kept
over here.
reading it as nachos.
Nachos. It's better than your other solutions. So I did enjoy tonight.
That's gonna live on forever.
Briefly,
Oh.
I'm just letting everybody know that Jacob Fatu allegedly, supposedly, kind of take it with a grain of salt, allegedly, is injured, and that's what kind of changed some of this. So he fought solo in a street fight, and people were believed that he was hurt, and then they're mulling over alternative plans. So they said the stipulation is that Jacob will have to fall in line if he doesn't win. And he acknowledges the OTC. So that now is going to be, because I guess maybe they wanted him to beat Roman. I just don't see that being believable. I think this is a bunch of bullshit, honestly. I mean, that's what you get for eating my chili. Sorry, the bathroom will never be free. But we did mention it last night. Great on Cody Rhodes to purchase Soft Ground Wrestling, their own wrestling ring. So now they're able to perform professionally. Just really touching there. But yeah, this was a damn good show. Was it amazing? No. And I hate that we have to be so not fence sitting, but like, right off the bat, you have to be rather which side are you on? You got to come forth and swinging right away. So overall, I enjoyed this. I will give it a positive rating right off the bat. They're in Italy. This crowd was fantastic. At times, they were, a 10 out of 10 crowd. At other times, they were a 2 out of 10. It was kind of weird. It was a bit of a bizarro-ville.
I'm going to do something different here and give my rating first, and then I'll explain why while we review the show. I'm literally...
You mean...
This isn't, like, bad.
You're going to...
I'm giving this a 5 out of 10.
Give a review?
Yes, I am.
Oh, my God, Cody. I don't know if the world can handle it. All right, Cody's giving it a...
Give me a hell yeah!
5 out of 10. Good old Jakey Poo over here does not know where he's at. I was trying to take a few notes before, right? I got this spiffy pen at the doctor's the other day, didn't realize what was going on. So I went to go and click it on because it has a weird thing on the side. And I'm like, just, I didn't realize it was a flashlight and I blinded myself in the process. So no one wants that. But yeah, handy little.
Hey,
so,
you know what this show needed?
More notes?
It needed Liv Morgan on commentary.
I mean, that might have helped. You figure she could have gotten out there and been like, I'm the greatest.
Well, that's what they suggested. Her fan base said that she should have been on commentary.
Of all time.
The flow.
Of all time. Get her to scream it like she did on the pre-show. And it'll probably be better than Rey Mysterio.
Did you see that little pause there where Peter was like, and she stopped? Did she get screamed at in the headset? Did you see that?
Maybe. I mean, you never know because she kind of it was like a bit of a hiccup. It was random. It was weird. So I'm not too sure.
And then Peter was giving a yikes.
Rosenberg, yeah, he was like, let's move on. Yeah, he definitely kind of rushed it. So we'll see what comes of it.
I think they rushed
Paul again, dropping more beautiful. I'm trying to find the rest of my notes here, but I wrote a lot down, and I got to look through it all. I know I have more in here somewhere, but oh yeah, right here. So I said that we saw it all in the end, and I do agree because even more sparkles, jewels, and hundreds. You sparkle fingers. Thank you, Paul. You're making me feel special. Stop it. You're gonna make a lady blush. But yeah, as we go through the notes here, I think I've got some pretty good points, and we'll see what happens and when we go over it. But everybody agrees. Oh my God, I've got more jewels. A few more. I'm gonna make myself a pearl necklace. I think we're gonna get. I'm a little perturbed right now because it was supposed to give you a special alert when those came in, any type of gifts, but it's not triggering it. So I will work on that in the background. But it was supposed to be this, little. It was the dancing version of me. All right, it was cute and funny, and it would pop up very, very quickly in the corner, and now it's just like, hey. We don't want to do it. We just...
Boot stomping boogie, boot stomping boogie. Harold is getting clown, Paul's getting his teeth clean. Jake's animating chaos, Jeremy's on the hype train. Boot stomping boogie, yeah, we're all in.
It's just too good. So it wasn't that long. It was just, a little bit of it, but See, I'll just have to act it out every time. Boot stomping booger, boot stomping booger. All right, we'll just have me sing it the whole time.
Stay sexy.
Let's go ahead and Cody, let's get right into it. Cody,
let me hear it.
Cody Rhodes,
yes, sir.
Not Onidi Rhodes, the actual Rhodes.
Oh, Cody Rhodes.
He's getting cheered. Crowd ate this up. My goodness. They were excited for Gunther. Obviously, the overseas part of this is a huge contingent with some of the overseas wrestlers. That was really cool to see. It wasn't like when you were at Double or Nothing. We had that clip from your footage and the live feed. We snipped together. So they were pretty close to that level for some of it, but they I don't know. It was still a damn good crowd overall. Sometimes, like I said,
I
they were
crowd
10.
was awesome. Like anything better than any WWE US crowd for sure. So gotta give it that.
Absolutely. Yeah, they housed that down. And Gunther was kind of he got a somewhat of a small baby face reaction. He really did.
I don't know if you want to answer this right here or at the end of the show, but out of AAA, Double or Nothing, and Clash, what would you rank them in order?
So here's my honest to God issue. I don't know where I'm at with Clash still. I'm still processing it. I'm being fully honest.
See, that's how we were like off the air. I'm like, I don't know what to say.
I don't have a finite number. Gun to my head right now. You told me give me a score. I really don't have a quick one yet because there's a lot of things I want to mull over still. So all those jewels from Paul. I am the king of bling with my pearl necklace from Paul. Love it. This ended up being a good match, but it was a good Gunther match. So it's a already niche match or
as
got that certain
Gunther comes as
temperature.
advertised.
Yeah,
if Gunther's
certain
in a match, he's gonna have a good match.
It's gonna be good, but it's that certain je ne sais quoi to it. It's got that certain pacing. Same thing with Roman Reigns. You know what you're gonna get. Just with Brock Lesnar. A lot of the matches were good tonight, but barely any of them were true barn burners. Like, it's hard. A lot of them were just reliant on their shtick, you know, the finishers. You saw 7 F5's. We saw how many crossroads. It wasn't like Cody and Gunther gave us this epic, you know, drawn out. It wasn't even 12 minutes long. It was damn good. So don't take me twisted here. It was a damn good match, but it never to me got really into that next gear. And they're going to have a rematch, obviously, by how it was set up. So I understood going into this. I thought there was going to be either a disqualification or a Randy Orton appearance because Randy is booked to be there this upcoming Friday, allegedly again. And
where are they this Friday?
I knew you were going to say that, and I had it in front of me before. So,
where are they? Are they back still in Italy tomorrow?
Yeah, they're in Italy tomorrow for Raw. That's why our Raw review will start likely at 4:30 in the afternoon. But SmackDown Friday the 5th. So it's 6/5/26. That is going to be. Do they have it listed? I had it earlier and now it's not in my results. So I'll have to find it. But yeah, 6/5/26. I don't see it now. It was on Twitter. And of course, I'll find it. So they've got their upcoming SmackDown happening as well. And I believe that is back in the States, I thought, because that's at normal time. But we'll see. A lot of it, you know, makes no sense. And
that's my other question. Like, isn't there like one random like episode back in the States, then they head back out to Europe?
That's what I'm thinking. So that's why I want to confirm it. I just want to go back through and
it's weird
now
because,
it's in a sea of tweets. I had to restart the computer right before we went live, so I lost my Twitter tabs and whatnot. And when I go back to the history, it just takes me into the tweets. But
angry, enraged, and took out of my account again.
Well, yeah. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Not, you know, make you, you know, be punished for not doing work? I told you, figure out where they are, and you're like, yeah, I'll get to it, and then we don't know. So 6. 5/26. All right, we're gonna find them as we derail the show. It says it's going to be in Bologna, Italy, if that's right. So maybe it's the week after that they have, or maybe it's Raw that they have the U.S. show.
SmackDown's in Italy?
This serves as the stop of the European tour. So as of right now, this is according to AI. It could always be wrong. AI was amusing Josh earlier. He went ahead and he messaged me and he said, is it over? Clash in Italy. I said, no, they're just starting tribal combat. I said, they just had the entrances. And he goes, oh, Gemini told me it was over. I was like, no, tell her she's wrong. And he's like, I can't believe her. She told me Becky retained and Roman already won. And it didn't even happen yet, you know?
Gemini knew the script.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they are going to be in Barcelona for that, allegedly, at least according to, yet again, AI.
So are all these shows in Italy?
Yes. Well, this is Spain, but still overseas, I should say.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the
Whatever.
they're calling it the European Summer Tour. There's the Clash in Italy card. Yep. Yeah. So that's the plan. Yeah. They'll be in Italy. So they'll be in Italy, then Spain for SmackDown. Okay. So at least we figured that out. And basically the way the tour is working, this should be the last stop. Because before that, they have Wednesday, June 3rd, and then they have the 5th.
But don't they go back to London at the end of the month?
Yes, they go back, but that's not part of the European Summer Tour 2026.
Oh, okay.
And there's a big fucking difference, okay?
I didn't know that, sir.
I'm sorry that, you weren't paying attention to the European Summer Tour 2026.
It's 2026. It's summer. Give me a break.
2026. Now check your bank account.
Oh, damn
it. You'll learn. You'll learn. We'll get you there eventually. I mean, it's got to happen. And speaking of which, congratulations, Spaz Phoenix working his ass off. He was able to go ahead and... That's right, Ludwig. He was upping those numbers drastically. He went up to over 1,800 subs last night. Incredible for him. Congratulations. Check out the Spaz Phoenix podcast in the description box down below. You can also check out Liz, friend of the show, DJ Anime 2016. She's a great streamer, provides a ton of great gaming content. And if you want to relax and spend very little, get yourself a discount, go to BayMountainAg.com. Viewers of the channel get themselves a discount of 15% off any order of $50 or more. Use code BANANA, and you get free shipping as well on the lower 48 states in the United States for any order over $100. So that's premium CBD for mind and body wellness. And then, of course, you could check out vidIQ and, of course, XSplit, giving you discounts, vidIQ.com/IntoSomewhere, and code BANANA on XSplit will give you 20% off premium. That is the biggest discount code offered by anyone. So make sure you go ahead and use those codes and contact Cody and I following all the links in the description box down below. This first match was damn good. The ring announcer starts off and the crowd has a "Let's Go Gunther" chant. And then so you hear "Let's Go Gunther," but it's not like "Let's Go Cody" is the opposite chant. No, it's "Let's Go Gunther," and then the silence. "Let's go Gunther."
The crowd flip a lot during each match.
Let's go Gunther. Like it was jarring, but they wanted both guys to win here, and it was a bit of a situation, I'll say. Impressive nonetheless.
They didn't know who they wanted to win in any of these matches tonight, and rightfully so.
But it speaks volumes. The fans aren't bipolar. It's how everything's being handled and booked currently. They're even the heels, you don't really have like a bad guy. Out of all the heels right now, like even when they attack people and stuff, they're still a little justified, or there's shades of gray, or they did it in someone's honor or for family or because someone was attacked earlier. Like everything has that rhyme, reason, feature. And it says, always be yourself unless you could be a banana, right? And then...
oh, that's a good saying. Beautiful shirt.
Yeah. Always be yourself
Shirt of
unless
the
you can be
year
a banana
contender.
because
I like that.
then you can always be a banana. Sorry, I would have read that out to you earlier. Merch coming. We need copyrighted stuff done. I can go ahead and
Make that merch, and then you got to send me it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. No, you got to buy it. All right? You got to.
Excuse me?
Bananas in my butt. No, don't put bananas in my butt. I've told you several times before.
My butt is not a banana door. Yeah, so this match was really good for Gunther and Cody standards. Cody always puts on an amazing match. Gunther puts on a great match of his own style, neither having a backdoor made for bananas. And Gunther immediately going for the sleeper. Cody hits the arm drag. It was very technically sound. I don't want to sound too repetitive here, but like, again, this was a lot of the night. You don't always see the anything you can do, I can do better angle, but that's what was being done, hit, and all right, so Cody hits a power slam and throws a few jabs, and then he hits him with a bionic elbow. So what does he do next? He goes to go ahead and Gunther tries to escape out of it and hit a few chops. Cody grabs him, pedigree, near fall. I'm already expecting Cody to win, but you never know. What if they did have Gunther win for a short time or even longer? Like, with all the speculation and all the discussion that was happening around this situation, and being that it's in Italy, look what happened with AAA, all new champions. Not far off, 50,000 bananas or donkeys, depending, right? Exactly. Get yourself
my issue with this match, though, is
not with the bananas, just this match.
Overall match, you could just say, yeah, it was a good match, and yeah, they wrestled well, but the ending bleeds into the rest of the match, I feel like, and I feel like the ending was so bad that it just made the match for me.
I'm kind of building to it, and you're not wrong. So Cody finally, he gets out of the sleeper and breaks away, and now you hear a loud "Let's go Cody" chants as he gets his foot on the bottom rope to break out of the sleeper again. And that's when they start just trading strikes, trading blows, trading fists, trading uppercuts and chops and fucking clotheslines and haymakers. And then Cody comes back with a big fucking clothesline, then a second one. And then Gunther hits his second. And then Cody gets knocked off his feet. And he goes and he gets off the rope, springboard, Cody cutter. And then he hits a clothesline. And then he grabs him and he hits a crossroads. And he grabs Gunther by the ropes and goes 1, 2, 3. First issue, Gunther's foot touched the rope right when the pinfall happened, so it should have been broken up anyways. But then he makes sure his foot would go underneath the rope by touching the rope. So the pin shouldn't have counted, definitely. 1, 2. I hate the under the rope thing. It's such a piss poor visual thing. What's that?
Did it look like he was trying to kick out at the end there? Or what was going on there?
No, it looked like he was trying to make sure that his foot was under the rope for a portion of it so it would be called off, and then they can say afterwards, I don't know why you kept counting. I had my foot under. That's why I moved my leg back. The pinfall was done. It should have been... That should be what happened, but wow, I'm distracted. The Yankees scored 13 straight runs against the A's after trailing 3-0. Wow. Yeah, so the ending sucked here because I don't personally hate it as much as everybody else does. I admit it sucked, but it wasn't horrific to me. I get what they were going for. I would have preferred the interference of X, Y, or Z. Anybody to get involved to go back after for the title with Cody would have been more interesting than I hated it when they did this at Roadblock with fucking Dean Ambrose and Triple H. Oh, his foot was under the rope, and they hadn't done it in so long up until then. So
I think this was way worsely executed, though.
Oh yeah, it was poorly executed. He hit the rope, and then he puts his foot back underneath the rope, and yes, indeed, Gene. Roman won, and we'll get to that shortly. It's an impressive victory for him, remaining the tribal chief. Knowing what was on the line with the Ulafala, it does make it quite the big victory. Love it or hate it, it's a big deal. Gunther starts protesting heavily. He is fighting and arguing with the referee, and some of the fans are booing. Some, not a lot, but some are on clearly Gunther's side. They're there, but the cheers are too raucously loud for Cody. Fans are going nuts. They're chanting for Cody again. They got their babies in the air. They got their, we know what's happening. Cody retains, and I mean, his foot, it actually hit the bottom rope. So the referee is in denial. I know they always say the referee's decision is final, but like, it's so blatantly obvious and so egregious, there's that word again, that it really is, like, he was out of position, then two in position, and I don't know, you could already see that he was going to do something with the ropes. Like, you called this out initially in the direct chat, because you were like, look how close he was to the ropes, the way he positioned himself. He was doing something with the ropes anyways before it happened. You knew it. So
yeah. At the end, I think this was a deflating way to end the match, because they want to do their stereotypical get to the next PLE build. Like, that's all this was. This was like...
Well, it's not just about that. They needed to protect both men, essentially, logically, because they needed to make sure that Cody is champ and remains solid. And then they have to go ahead and have Gunther not get beaten yet, because he's still
and why not
the
just
career
put the
killer
on Gunther, or don't put him in this type of match?
Because they needed some match for now while Randy was out with his back, and they had other people busy that they wanted to work with, and they felt this was the
then put
best.
the title on Gunther for a month or so.
I don't disagree, but it messes up plans past this, because what if they don't immediately go into Gunther and Cody? What if he doesn't get his rematch right away? What if instead Gunther is busy while Cody's facing somebody at Night of Champions now?
But there was way better outcomes for this.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying if Gunther's champion, it might mess up the other plans they have where Gunther's retiring somebody. Not even talking about Lesnar.
I don't think he's retiring Brock Lesnar or anybody.
No, I'm not just saying Brock Lesnar. They want to retire Rey Mysterio. They have pushed for it a few times already. They don't want him being an active competitor anymore.
I don't think Ray's gonna let anyone retire.
There's a reason why they supposedly, tinfoil hat here, made him GM in AAA, because that was part of the push to him no longer being. They're like, here, you have a spot. Oh, again, thank you so much. You sexy bastard. Look at you making it rain. And
I think Dominic is retiring Ray, right? That's the only thing that makes sense.
I mean, I know that's definitely what you want, and I don't blame you for that being the better of the matches. But look at what we've gotten.
That's just a failure if they have Gunther retire Ray. I'm sorry.
But they shouldn't have had Gunther retire Cody. They shouldn't have had Gunther retire AJ. They shouldn't have had Gunther retire Goldberg. And I'm sorry, but John Cena meant more to the company than Rey Mysterio, and he got retired by Gunther. So do you really think they're going to give Rey a choice of his son? I would like to hope so.
Though, because John Cena didn't have a child.
I'm not arguing in that sense with you, but I'm just telling you, corporate-wise, they've put time into Gunther for him to be this career killer, and they're sticking to it still. That's why they protected him tonight. So they want their pound of flesh. I think they're going to do it. I would prefer Rey Mysterio be retired by Dom. That's the ideal and proper ending. But boy, oh boy, it certainly is possible, and that's what
this
really
was not
sucks.
Good. I'm sorry, this opening was not good.
See, I like the match,
in-ring match, but I don't like. I think the ending ruined it for me.
See, the ending just creates a need for a rematch, and that's what I don't want to see in a leather. I'm sure you don't as well.
But it gets
I wanted it to be more finite.
Another match between these two.
Yes, so that's what the problem is here. So, and I agree with you. I don't want another match. And now, not only are we getting a rematch, but we're also getting, because it's at a time where all these other things are going to be taking place. So it could be delayed. It could come right away. But they baited us into a rematch, and they also did it in a way where they protected both men, the champion and the challenger. Nobody really lost. You know, Gunther lost, but he shouldn't have lost. So I didn't lose, and Cody could say, well, I beat you. And this was the better of their, matches that they've had together, better than the one that they had back in 2024, certainly. I enjoyed this very much. It was just, like you said, the ending was very deflating because it's like, how do I say this?
It just seemed very stereotypical of a WWE thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, it makes Saturday Night's Main Event feel the same. It makes this show feel the same. None of those shows were like bad by any standards, but it's just the same stuff.
But AAA is viewed as like the B show or the C show, the little show, but it had amazing finishes, as where this is viewed like the big show, but it had the B show finishes. You get what I'm saying? Like, this
That's what I'm
gave
saying.
us
What's
the
difference
AAA finishes.
What's the difference between Saturday Night's Main Event and the show?
But that's what I'm trying to point out, is that the main roster is giving us, what we used to get out of B and C level shows and pay-per-views and things of that nature now. Because this was an A+ card. This was stacked. This had talent all over it. It really did. It was a very, I don't mean well built in the sense of like, all the time they put into it, but as far as who they picked from the roster to represent WWE in Italy, it was a lot of star power that they had there. They chose the biggest names and acts they could, and it certainly on paper looked gigantic working. I said it the other day. It's going to suck because they got to protect both men.
Spot, like Liv Morgan fans in the face a little bit though, because they were like, have her on the show. Then they're like, okay, we'll put her on the pre-show talking about other matches, and then we'll show her on the show sitting in the crowd watching the matches.
And then they complain.
Yep.
Yes. Like I
then
said.
They're like,
but what if that's what she wanted?
Well, they said the issue is that they don't want to push her because she gets organic cheered reactions, and they don't want the heel getting cheered. I'm like, if she's getting organic babyface reactions,
what are you going to do? Stop it? She's going to walk out and be telling the crowd. This was another one too, right here, which was interesting because the next match up, really quickly too, I said to you during weekly, IntoSomewhere Weekly and on the preview from yesterday that my main thing was they were going to have to protect both men, and that would likely screw everything. But I at least thought we would get Randy Orton out of it, so people would be like, hey, Randy's back. So it'd be like a big positive. We didn't get that, and they still protected both men, and they did it in a really shitty way with the fucking foot under the rope. That's one of my most hated outcomes of all. I would have rather, Cody ended up having to cheat. He low blowed him unintentionally. Something, you know what I mean? Something different, but... Excuse me. Goddamn allergies. Like I said, I'm looking through my notes, and as I go through here, that's definitely one of them. And Rhea Ripley taking on Jade Cargill. This was built probably on the better side of things, even though it's not anything that I was personally looking forward to. They did spend a plethora of time with these two ladies calling each other bitches. We know it's true, and that's for Stuart. This, however, was a damn good effort up until the bell rang. That's really where it went wrong, Cody. Jade is a mess. Jade is a mess. The entrances, she looks like $1 million fucking dollars. Her abs are so surreal that they look like hockey pucks cut in half and surgically inserted under her skin. It's incredible, like the pronunciation on each ab, and she looks chiseled and unbelievable, the look of her. The way she walks, the way she commands the audience, the way she does her taunts. Every bit of it is fantastic for aura farming. She gets out there and, you know, she pulls the Tekla bitch maneuver. She gets the audience going. And then, motherfucker, every time, not sounding mean, but she botches repeatedly. And it's like, when? Oh. As soon as the bell rings. Oh, Mayor Dickinson. Hello, sir. And Cody Rhodes, the only prediction you got wrong. Wow. Yeah. A lot of people thought Gunther was taking that belt. So it's maybe a neat. I don't know. It's a conversation we got to have more in depth. But Rhea and Jade, do you have any comments before I go into my little diatribe?
My takeaway is like I don't like want to disrespect anyone performing, but like at the same time, I'm sorry, when you have wrestled multiple times in AEW and now in WWE, two of the biggest promotions in North America, like you would think that you would actually get it down and pat and know how to wrestle by now, but unfortunately, Jade is not good. I'm sorry. I know some people might like Jade out there. I'm probably going to get canceled for criticizing Jade like Rhea Ripley did, you know?
You're going to have to put out one of
Jade, it's an
those.
issue.
I'm sorry. I didn't
Yes.
mean it, you know, but
Basically, but I'm sorry, Jade is not good. Rhea Ripley is on another level of greatness.
Rhea's
Ripley
fantastic. There was one part where, fuck my ass and call me Susan again. I went ahead and couldn't believe how awesome this looked. And I want to get the sequence right, but they managed to have Jade go to hit the Jaded, and then Rhea gets out of it, goes for the Riptide, that gets reversed. Like it was a whole, and then I think it went into a DDT after that. And yes. And then Jade did the Blue Thunder Bomb after that for the near fall. And I'm like, fuck, she might get it. What a goddamn sequence. Rhea carried the entire thing. It was basically, I don't want to give Jade no credit here because that's not what I'm doing. But it was like Jade stood there planted firm and Rhea jumped and rolled around her. You know, octopus in a washing machine type thing, what we always say. She sets herself up for the Jaded. She rolls out of it through her legs, almost misses the reversal because Jade's not pushing her through. I have air stuck.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And
just
then, doesn't go ahead and grab her. She's supposed to like have her here and pull her arm up to get her up for the next part. And then she's supposed to reverse it into the Riptide because she's going to pull her arm through her legs. You get what I'm saying? I know I gave it a little bit of an ass backwards, but yeah. So now she's supposed to have her leg there, but instead she carries her up and does the DDT. Beautiful. Loved it. And then she does the Blue Thunder Bomb, and I'm like, holy fuck, that was one of the greatest sequences I've seen from Jade in forever. And then she goes up to the top ropes, and Rhea cuts her off, and then basically Rhea goes and does like a big side suplex, essentially, from the top rope. And Jade had abysmal selling of this. She made it look like it did nothing. And then you see Rhea like frustrated because she's not getting the pin, but Jade was getting up faster than Rhea was. Yeah, I know Stewart doesn't mean it this way, but she also missed her mark. So yeah, the pre-show was at 1:30 a.m. there. Crazy enough. Yeah, it was obviously noon here Eastern. So
another one key factor I want to point out about this match is like people are like, oh shit, B-Fab almost botched. And I'm like, she did botch because she was supposed to put Jade's foot on the rope. And then she couldn't actually get it there. She reached again, and Jade had to go to it
She wasn't supposed to get caught. So
yeah,
here's the thing. Because they didn't throw out Charlotte later on. And neither... So Jade, like I said...
Oh, because Alexa was out because of that devastating chair to the face.
Yes, so Alexa's gone, and no one thinks Charlotte's going to come out and help Rhea. So now... B-Meech, the two of them, I'm going to call them Beached from now on. That word always brings up bad memory. So Beached comes and the two of them make it to the ring. They're getting booed and tore apart. This gets Rhea's eye off the ball, and she turns, and Jade hits her with a big, big boot to the face. You know, that jumping big boot. It's kind of like a pump kick, kind of like a jump kick, kind of like it hurts. Jade eventually gets turned around, bent over, and Rhea bends her over, licks her finger, and then tries to while going for the riptide.
Oh, geez.
I saw it with my 4 eyes. I'm telling you, Rhea bends Jade over after that big boot to the face, and kind of like pushes her down, rolls her through, and then she just fucking while going for the riptide. So then she grabs her hand and pulls it through her own legs to make it go graze by her. And that's when you see Jade's legs kind of lift up off the ground, and she avoids the riptide by rolling. And then she does a stomp. Holy shit, that was very creative. Where is this side of Jade? It must have been Rhea's suggestion, you know? So you see that B-Fab goes over afterwards, and like you said, she gets this stupid ass foot on the rope, and she couldn't do it right.
I'm going to send you a messenger.
Please.
Maybe let's do a little bit of trolling, because I have something to bring up. Speaking about Rhea, apparently she has family that live in Italy, and that meant something to her. And this person I'm sending you, I don't think knew how to read the room, and was just shouting over it, insulting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Rhea, but you should be like, good match tonight. I'm taking it all because, oh my god, you should tell her good match tonight.
Yes, indeed. So
if you see the messenger,
I will
tell her good match tonight.
We go ahead and we get that stupid foot moment, and it's terrible.
Yeah,
and the crowd is booing.
That pissed me off.
And,
I think they knew it too.
What's going on? How you doing? So after the amazing DDT turn, after this great, reversal, after so many botches earlier on, the Razor's Edge moment sucked. The headbutt sucked. It was like Jade was not looking great, but those 2 reversal maneuvers basically was Rhea doing it, but it looked incredible. And I was like, why can't we get more of that? So B-Fab puts her foot on the rope, and I'm like, all right, ridiculous. We see the ref stop his count, and he throws her out, and that's when Charlotte jumps over the barricade, hits the Beach Duo, and that's when basically you saw Jade hit a huge pump kick on Rhea, and she follows up with the Jaded, gets the pin, 1, 2, but now, Charlotte Flair puts her foot on the rope. We get a little bit of turning the tables there, interestingly enough. So I thought that was funny. The ref kind of sees it, but ignores it. And what's going on? Grimper Goat. Yeah, we do it all here. Make music. We go ahead and review wrestling. Try and do some comedy. Myself and Mr. Cody Onidi here, my great co-host. We're a small project that's ever going. Welcome to IntoSomewhere.
Yes, sir.
Gotta love the Slim Jim tables. 17-minute match. As we get to the end of it, Rhea goes ahead and she gets out of the choke slam and basically gets the headbutt, riptide, gets the pinfall. Snap it to a Slim Jim. Damn straight. 17-minute match. It actually kind of flew by. This was better to me than the other 2 matches that we would get before and after it. Not the Brock match, but I'm saying the 4th match. Where is it here? Yeah. So when we get to that
I get
point,
what you're saying.
yeah.
The
2 non-main events, that the Becky and Soul was good, but I kind of like this one a little bit better.
Before and after it.
Yes, I should have said before and after, but I keep forgetting that Brock is next. I keep thinking it was after Becky, but that's my brain. I did like this match.
Again,
It wasn't
I was
amazing.
fine with it too. It was just something again, like formulaic, like nothing special out of it. Like because they treat like these B-level PLEs like you can't have anything major happen on here. That's why they're B-level PLEs. What's the point of watching this then?
Yeah, and you get requested to sing "Trouble." Oh, that's a hell of a request for Cody. Trouble, trouble.
Who requested that?
Chat wants you to sing it, so that would be something. But here's the deal, though, Cody. I did like this match, as I said, but Jade is just still. I don't want to say green. Just she lacks the wherewithal to be able to fix things on the fly. So she manages to have something happen and not go 100% as planned, and she doesn't know what to do next. So she either freezes or she jumbles things or she looks unnatural. She doesn't have that sixth sense for wrestling where you just, hey, I missed the stomp, so I'm going to turn it into a, Texas cloverleaf, whatever, because I'm holding your foot, that kind of thing. She just doesn't have that built in at this point in time. So, I would like to think this would be it, right? This should be everything we need, but hey,
if not, like I like Brock and Oba, but if not, like we're looking, if your prediction's correct that Brock and Oba is going to happen at Night of Champions, you could be looking at a card that is basically the same as this card. 3 out of the 5 matches so far. Even maybe 4 if they want to do Roman and Jacob again.
Yeah. And the problem is that we managed to still have to deal with the Alexa part of it. So she's been taken out. She's going to want revenge.
Did you see that devastating landing on the chair?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we covered it blow by blow on Friday at the 40K subscriber special. We let everybody see it. And, yeah, Brock Lesnar, indeed. So as we
people
speak
said
about
if you
Brock
criticize
and head
that
into
spot,
it,
you're a deplorable human being for.
You must wonder her. But the camera angle even tried to do them no justice there too. It's a combination of everything. You didn't put your hands down the right way. You just
like,
look.
We don't want to.
Rhea
I
took
agree with
the
Soul
jaded.
Monster. I saw his clip.
Yeah.
Like if I was getting Jaded or whatever her finisher is called, I don't even like her that much that I forget what her finisher is called sometimes. If I'm taking a bump from Jade Cargill, I probably won't want to land face first on my chair either.
But Rhea took the Jaded the first time looking like it killed her, like it tore her head off, and it was great.
Yeah.
And she was perfectly fine. And then Alexa takes it, and it's like, I don't know if she was afraid to take the bump or it was Jade not going like all the way with it, but and then Charlotte getting involved here protects Jade as well, doesn't it? So, like, that's part of it, too. Even though Jade lost and they should be done with her, now Jade can say, well,
Jade has an excuse now.
Yeah, I'm dealing with this and that and what the fuck ever. So, it's far from over. So, as the match itself, I was like, sweet, I like this. But this, not so good. Not the ending again. So, that's 2 in a row, 2 endings back to back that aren't great. And that was upsetting because, like I said, on paper, it should be rather simple. New champions, new challengers, whatever it is, clear and concise victories. And people are just getting protected left and right because they don't want to build new characters and new, top stars. So they're protecting the ones they have infinitely at these moments, at these junctures. People don't grow because they don't lose and come back from it. Like one of the first, it ended up working out, but eventually, but when Cena lost to The Rock, like he had to go out and find himself, and they never really gave him a chance to fully wallow in that loss and come back from it. He just had to go back to like Super Cena pretty quick, and it's worked for some people, but. Here we go. Probably the most over talent of the night for sure. Oba Femi, right behind him, I would say is Roman, but then maybe even Brock. Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar.
You know what's funny?
2.
Apparently,
what's that, sir?
Before we get into the Brock and Oba thing, let's keep it on the woman for a second. So apparently, one of the first people announced for the king and queen of the ring tournament on the women's side. Can you guess who?
Ooh, men's and women's. Let's see. Who do we got? LA Knight and Raquel Rodriguez is my guess. I don't know. So
Not Raquel. Someone
So
that
LA
doesn't defend
LA
something.
Knight and Liv Morgan's going to be in there.
Yeah.
Wow. They're putting Liv Morgan in the Queen of the Ring tournament.
Apparently that's what I got off this. Shout out to Liv's Anarchy. Here, would you say this is what
I believe you, but that doesn't make sense because she's a champion and it's to face the champion at that's the whole point of it. Like, isn't it at SummerSlam?
You should come on their post saying, like, she doesn't even defend her own title, but now she's going in a battle for another.
Yeah, that don't make no sense. Because look, you even see it here. I'm taking it all from Liv, and I said, great match tonight. You killed it. You know, that's can't argue with that. She absolutely
look at
killed it
Messenger
tonight.
real quick. I believe she was on the post show now. Saying,
yeah,
so
probably.
she's going to be in a tournament for another championship when she doesn't even defend her own.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to this afterwards. But yeah, she's talking about it and going through, and she wants it all. So, playback speed, go faster, so avoid copyright.
Oh yeah, she's in it. I think she's facing Lynch in the first. Becky Lynch.
She wants it all. All right, so she wants to, and then she doesn't have to face anybody. So she's going to face Becky. And then, you know, how are they going to combine the belts? They can't. Becky doesn't got no
posted it herself, though. Yeah, she.
Hey,
this is the graphic.
I think that's...
They got the whole graphic lined up.
Mentally retarded and ridiculous, but hey, whatever. Lovely. Yeah, we'll see if these are the official ones yet, but as of right now, it says Morgan against Lynch, Bliss and Green, Ruca and Lyra, Charlotte and Jade, Roxanne and Io, Julia and Lash, Bailey against Roxanne, and then I don't see who's at the bottom there. Looks like Kiana Bolton, Tit James, and Raquel, I think. Kind of looks that way, but it's covered by a mute symbol. So if we get an actual legitimate King of the Ring thing from WWE, we'll share it around and see what the hell happens. Because I'm, again,
okay. That actually makes no sense. I got in trouble already by some of them. They're like, "Can't you respect her?"
I think that's all AI, but
she was confused. She was confused. Like her face. She looked at the graphic on the poster. She's like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Like,
so I think it's just fan made, and you're being taken for a ride.
No. She posted that.
It's blurry as shit and covered with a mute image. I don't know. It could be legit, but I see the men's here. Let's see what the women's looks like in full. There we go. Without a mute image. Yeah, it's JC Jane and Kiana James. There we go. Now we can see it. All right. So that's interesting to add her. You know, like I said, everybody we read off, minus the last one, Bailey, Raquel, JC, and Kiana. And then the men's side of things, you got Penta and Oba Femi. Goodbye. Oh, goodbye, Penta. No fear, my ass. Sikoa and Hayes. That's interesting. Mysterio and Braun Breaker. Dom's going to get killed there, most likely. Trick and Damian Priest. Finn Balor, Royce Keys. You got Jey Uso against LA Knight. Yeah. Then we got the Tongan against the Saint. And then we got Javon and Seth. That's a bit more interesting. Okay. So there's our standings and there's our legit. Interesting, like you said, to add Liv. That feels crazy because there's no other champ in here, right? Penta. No, he has the IC title still, right? He didn't lose it yet? Or did he just lose it? He just lost it, right? No, he didn't. He retained it. So
no, yeah.
My brain no work, no good. Too much wrestling. But yeah, there's no other champion on here. Tag team for Priest. No one else holds a belt. What's going on, Cody Ray? That's from all I see there. But yeah,
this is for world titles. Why is Liv in?
That's what I'm saying. Makes zero goddamn sense. And especially with them eventually having the title versus title match anyways later in the year. I really don't understand what they're going for here. Baffling. Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar, like we said, we got our in-ring introduction. Paul Heyman brought us in, and immediately Lesnar, soon as the opening bell happens, I mean, it's not even a half second after, and he hits him with an F5 and an F5 and an F5 and
Did this get you at first? Like, holy shit, they're really going to do like that Goldberg?
No, I figured there'd be more to it. It played out pretty much how I kind of saw it. He gets the near fall, and then hits the Kimura lock, and he's like, oh, he's going to snap his arm, but eventually Oba just kind of stands up and slams him to the mat to break it. That was, again, the first of his real badassness. Well, second. Initially first, his initial badassness was him going ahead and being able to kick out at all. I mean, look at what happened to Kofi Kingston. One, took him out for good, ruined his entire run. Now, ooh, baby, we're going to go ahead and, we'll see what comes of it. But then he breaks out of the Kimura without getting his arm broken by standing the fuck up. Badass. Now, Lesnar goes for it again. Badass number 3, Oba drives him into the corner and eventually kicks out of another 2 F5s. So Lesnar's pissed. He's slamming his hands on the mat. He's mad like a Randy Orton. And this is when Oba choke slams him and gets his own near fall with a 2 count. And he takes Lesnar over the top rope with a huge clothesline. And they end up going out by the broadcast table. And, oh, look at that. Oba, after getting put in the Kimura lock, gets drove into the ring post multiple times. And Lesnar comes back with another F5 and puts him through the broadcast table. Holy shit, that announcer table is destroyed. Yeah, crazy. So now,
dude, I love this match. I love this match so much.
Lesnar gets in the ring and he's celebrating already, and the ref is just counting. And we get up to like 7, and Oba shoots up like a straight bullet. He's up
Brock
right
Lesnar
away.
sold that well. He was like, "Oh,
yeah, that shocked face was great." So that's number 5 feet of strength that he had in this match. And Oba,
Brock Lesnar is good with that though. Like if he likes, he's good with storytelling in a match.
Oh, he's good at looking stunned and selling and yeah, all of it. So the referee gets to 8, and he's back in the ring, and Lesnar really did look like flabbergasted, perplexed, and stunned all in one go. We went ahead and we then see Oba, he's starting to exchange a little bit of strikes, and he goes for the fall from grace, but Lesnar jumps over him basically to get out of it while up on his shoulders. Lesnar always does some freak of nature athletic ability that's crazy. Remember the first time he leapt over Goldberg to begin with, and that was nuts? He's done so much more than that, but Oba, tries to pull up Lesnar shoots up and over him, goes straight down, grabs him. Forget about the fall from grace. You're going straight to hell with the final and 7th F5. Lesnar defeats Oba Femi in 6 minutes and 25 seconds. A mere 2 minutes, or 1 minute and 55, I believe, longer than their WrestleMania match. So if we're ticking up, the next one should be 8.5, maybe even 9 minutes. I doubt it'll go that long, but this was a ton of fun, and hot damn, this was one of my more well-liked and dare I say favorite of Lesnar's matches.
Oh, me too. This was incredible. Like, I love this match. This match helped the show a lot. This is why I call this show a good show, because this match alone on there, I think I'll go back and watch again.
Absolutely. The fact that it wasn't the main event or the opener was a great strategy because it really woke everybody up in the middle. And then you were looking forward to this, and it was so good, but you still wanted to see Roman, so you got to ride the high of this through the main event. It was very well
middle of the card is usually
navigated.
like the match. Like this being put in the middle is perfect.
Yeah, because and then Lesnar says on the floor, like, "You're done, bitch. 1 + 1, you're done, bitch." And just like the ladies before, he gets himself. He just loads it up with the fire, you know, and we see it. So, poor guy is, you know, he's still selling in the ring, Oba Femi, that is, and he's been beat to hell, but he's staring at Lesnar, and he's like, you know, the two of them are going to have that third match. I don't believe it's going to be at SummerSlam. I am sorry, I'm stubborn. I cannot be convinced that that is where it's going to happen. I just
you have to think the finals of both King and Queen of the Ring are going to be on Night of Champions. Then it's Night of Champions, so you have to figure a few world title matches. Not Liv, because she's in
the damn tournament. So now what?
Maybe
she has to
herself.
win because she's in the tournament. She has to get to the end, and then she faces. I don't like any of this. I hate when champs are in tournaments.
She can wrestle herself at SummerSlam. Then she'll be like, "Oh, I'm the winner. I don't have to defend my title. That goes for the rest of my title reign." So there we go.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, it seems
theoretically,
like,
why would it make sense for Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce to put her in it when she doesn't defend her championship? I'm sorry, I'm going to rant on this right now because now it's pissing me off. Because don't you?
I wish
think,
I knew.
Like, as a GM, you would have common sense and be like, "Wait, you don't even defend your title. What gives you the right to earn yourself a spot in this tournament when you can't even defend your own title?"
Like Nate said, you know, the rest of the Judgment Day are also already in the tournament. So
you have to. Are they on opposite sides of the bracket, or are they on the same side?
I don't have it open still, but yeah, they are.
Because if they're on opposite side of her, then they can face her, and that's the only way it would make sense if it comes down to her facing one of them, and that's where turmoil happens.
I mean, this is just ridiculous, honestly. As much as I sound, you know, hyperbolic in a way, like this is really just stupid for them to go ahead and have it, you know, like, oh, this is what we have to worry about. This is what we have to. Why is it doesn't make sense? That's the problem.
Well, a few Liv fans already saying this makes perfect sense, actually.
Because they think everything makes sense to them. And then when you say anything, they're like, no, I don't want that. So then how does this make any logic? Like, they just argue with themselves, and that's the truth of it. So let's see here. Roxanne Perez is facing Io Sky, and Bailey is facing Raquel, and they're both on the same side.
So they can't even.
If they win, they'll end up facing each other eventually, and then Liv is facing Becky.
So they won't face each other in the finals. That means then, since they're on the same side of the bracket,
they won't. But then it could be Liv against Roxanne or Liv against Raquel if they advance that far, because Liv's on the left side and she's on the right. So the whole thing, I guess, could be a ploy for Judgment Day to try and beat the odds. They could say, but it's very convolutedly sloppy and a weird way for them to do that, you know? Like, look, it's tiny and not so good. Like, it's pretty confusing. So I don't care much for how this is being broken down here, but whatevs, yo. That's how it works. So very, very, very bizarre that they're allowing the champ, even the IC champ, to be in there, and they've done that before. But I'm just I'm baffled as to why, especially when you like. What about Blake Monroe?
Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble when he was
a
world champion. They said, "What about that?"
Too.
Same
yeah,
thing.
I never liked that either. That was ridiculous. And then if he was defending the title in the Rumble, when he did that, the whole thing, I think it was Triple H that did. I wasn't even crazy about that, but at least the title was on the line. But when the champ himself is in there, like, no, that just was narcissistic and oh, it's what a heel does, but it made no sense. Like, Lesnar doesn't want to defend against everybody. He didn't want to have to, like, that. He was the opposite. He just wanted to get paid. Liv is just saying she wants to do it all. So Roman said, fuck that noise, I run it all forever. So there's that. Beats me. So it was a hot match. It's obviously going to be one of these very contentious matches between Oba Femi and Lesnar 2, leading into number 3. Some people are going to hate it. Some people are going to love it. I'm for it. I saw it. I wish personally that there was no rematch, that Oba Femi retired Brock and that was it. If it has to happen like it's doing, then I want it to play out like it is. You beat me so bad the first time. I thought I was done. I was embarrassed, but what the fuck? I knew I could beat you. I just had to face my fears. Love the match, love the ploy, love the bait and switch, and it's believable. It's a real thing, you know, and especially in combat sports. You remember what Mike Tyson said? It's the loneliest sport in the world, you know, wrestling, boxing, fighting, all of it. Because anybody that you think is there in your corner wants your spot, wants your money, or wants your place. Like, it's everybody always wants something from you. You're never not the product, the commodity. I mean, maybe Oba gets costed by Brock, but I think they're already set up for the rematch. That would be like if Oba refused to fight him again for the second time, I think. But
yep.
Yeah.
I think
Grimper
the
Goat, we
third
couldn't
match,
tell, but we're all nuts here. Pecan, cashew, walnut, we're all nuts. Aren't we, Cody?
we are.
Roasting on an open fire. Becky Lynch and Sol Ruca, what are your overall thoughts? Yes, please.
Before I get into the last thing on Brock and Oba, I do think it's going to be SummerSlam, but if they do it at Night of Champions, that I guess means like that Gunther is probably retiring Lesnar at SummerSlam. So if
not like I want it, I just can't imagine. I cannot fathom Oba Femi.
I would have rather them gotten the Gunther and Brock match done at like Saudi. I know.
Think about how it was tonight in Italy, and people are like, oh, it's Italy. No, but think about the response tonight, and they were both, you know, in their neutral environment, and Lesnar's supposed to be a heel and Femi's supposed to be a face, and they cheered loudly for Lesnar. Oh, my allergies are terrible. Like I said, the crowd just wants to react.
I would have done this.
They
is
just
the
want to
easiest way to get
interact.
Oba Femi the world title. I get the cheer and boo thing. Yeah, but I think Oba Femi should be the world champion by SummerSlam. This was the easiest way to do it. You get your Gunther and Brock Lesnar match out of the way at Night of Champions. That's why Gunther should have won tonight. Then going into Night of Champions, he faces Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar wins the WWE Championship. Then you have the trilogy between Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi at SummerSlam for the WWE
you need
Championship.
The trilogy
Oba
at that
Femi
point? Because like now
finally wins the trilogy, and then Oba Femi's WWE champion.
So you would have had Oba lose both matches, definitely. Like
no, because they're tied 1-1 now. That's why like Oba still wants his revenge against Brock. That's why you do have Gunther win tonight against Cody for the WWE title. Then Brock and
I got you now.
Gunther
I missed your first cue. I thought you had him lose both. That's why I was like, so what's the point of the trilogy then if he already won twice?
Gunther.
I missed
Gunther
that.
can have a short reign. Sorry, Gunther, but this helps Oba Femi.
I just honestly, I'm done with Lesnar. And that when he retired, I was in my mind, I was like, oh, good, let's move on. Let's move on to the Oba Femis, the Tony D's, the Ricky Saints, etc. Let's make the room. So seeing him come back is a bit. It's that old self-fulfilling prophecy of like, chop the head off a snake, 3 more grow back. It's just like Lesnar's ever repeating. It's just he's gonna get what he wants, and that's money. And whether this was intentional or not, tinfoil hat aside, I still think he wanted out, didn't get what he wanted, and now he's gonna get overpaid for it. But hey, at least it happens. And Cody wants to give Gunther a rematch. So they're telling a story where Gunther feels screwed over, just like everybody else that's faced Cody or Cody himself. Everybody feels screwed over nowadays. That's one of the complaints that I have right now. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about in this match. I feel like a lot of the stories right now, or a lot of the matches, are based upon specific referee screwed this heel or face. And it's happening a lot more often than I think people even realize, where referees are, like, I like the idea of knowing the ref's name and having a bit more character behind them. And I think Cody Rhodes is great, but, the focal point shouldn't be the referee and the referee screwing over Gunther. And I get what they went for, but think about it. Now the ref goes ahead and is screwing over Becky with we have Jessica Carr handling the whole thing there, and they're in each other's face. And I feel that that's leading to a match between Jessica Carr and Becky Lynch. That's going to happen, I think, at SummerSlam, but still, regardless, there's that word again. I genuinely feel like this is a good story to have, the foil be the referee, but it's happening more often than not. And, we've seen referees become the focal point or the foil or the issue quite often. And it's just one of those continued tropes in wrestling that they're not exploring, as you said, new creative ways to end matches, to continue feuds. It's just, what have we always done? Okay, make it a DQ, make it a rematch, make it a, what. But it doesn't really fit the story. It doesn't fit the narrative. It doesn't go along with any of it. They're just shoving bananas in our asses.
Don't put bananas in my butt. No, don't put bananas in my butt. I've told you several times before. My butt is not a banana door.
I thought you only sang that to me off air.
I just, as the true Cody knows, I had to, serenade.
Wait, did you get the audio from our basement hangout earlier?
Oh, you want the regular mix. You don't want the metal mix. I got you.
There's a regular?
Don't put bananas in my butt. No, don't put bananas in my butt. I've told you several times before. My butt is not a banana door.
Okay, you only told me that 20 times.
I know, but I was trying to get you to understand, and then I was giving you, all of the.
Where was I supposed to put the bananas?
Listen, I was giving you the metal mix, and I thought you were enjoying it. All the drums that I was doing on the drum pad, and that's my guitar. We just got the Knife Again riff going.
Don't put bananas in my butt. No, don't put bananas in my butt. I've told you several times before. My butt is not a banana door.
Fine. All right. Whatever. I'll go into the match. It's Becky Lynch. It's Ruca. And these two are going at it. They are going hard. And unfortunately, copyright, rest in peace for Motorhead. They don't let us, blast the Killmeister. But we do, we have a few tracks that do play praise to them. But rest in peace. And hopefully, Motorhead lives on forever. We know when it's time to play the game, don't we, Cody?
Time to play the game.
That is Motorhead. We just had to slow it down so we don't get struck, just like Soul had to slow things down. Did you notice that she was at, and not in a bad way, but she was at like 0.8 of her normal speed? 80%, not 100.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was just calmer, if she was more focused, or if she realized I need to slow the fuck down. But one of the things she's had an issue with is being faster than what the tempo calls for. And when the drummer's off time, the whole set suffers. Why? Because nothing can recover. So when she's off step, when she's going ahead, not just snatching souls, but snatching botches too, boy, oh boy, it can ruin One move can just spiral out of control, as we've seen.
I think that's why it's kind of good for her to work with someone like Becky first for her first feud, because I think Becky's like a ring general where she can finally figure out something for Soul. I think she's a good coach in that way as well.
Yeah.
I think she can figure out how to get Soul fixed there.
Yes. And Flippy Ruca knows what she's doing. We've mentioned it before that, okay, the Soul Snatcher is a performance center move. I think they need to establish a different, because people love her for more than just that move. They love Stephanie now, or really like her. They enjoy Stephanie Bakakukakakaka. But it took a while to get there. Why? Because she was instantly over for the Devil's Kiss. They loved the move. They loved seeing her ass smashing other girls' faces into the mat. But then what? You know, so like Soul was, people liked the Soul Snatcher, but they stuck around for Soul. So what do we get past that? What do we get? And that's what we need to see a bit more of from Soul, because when the snatch fails, looks fade, what do you do then? Play bingo? I don't know. Got to have a soulmate for that one. Got to be able to connect to that universe. 1, 2. This thing on? Yeah, Julia looking great with her haircut. Going back to old school Julia look, no more dreads. She looked amazing, and hopefully they do something more with her. Just, you know, besides this tournament, I'd like to see her going for the main women's title, and ask and you shall receive. I mean, it happens.
Ask
that
and
way,
you
so.
shall receive. I need a poorly boring book BOE. Hit me with that.
It's not a banana door. What do you need, sir?
Oh, I said, you know what? For underwhelming finishes, this wasn't underwhelming, but it doesn't fit here. But you were saying 1, 2. Is this on? So I was just saying, hey, yo, Jimmy, hit me with that Triple H.
That's what we were going for. Yeah. We about to keep that freaking playing. Let's go. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. It's my time. It's my time. Sounded like a pterodactyl getting thrown down the stairs.
You like that theme song of his?
I loved that one. Yo, here comes trouble. Or I can get Isaiah squawking like a pterodactyl. The mic picked that up one time when he was just like going around the house doing it, and I still have it recorded. So, let me find it. Here we go. See? Annoying as fuck. I found it, and I'm going to get him back. I'm going to blare that and use that as an egg alarm. So, this ending was good. I liked the ending, believe it or not, because she hit the goddamn Soul Snatcher. And
she did?
She did. She finally hit it.
Yeah!
The crowd went nuts when she finally snatched her soul, and everybody, I mean, they went nuts. And then they really got into it. Soul gets the pyro going off. 14-minute, 10-second match. Big you deserve it chant. Pyro going off. Crowd cheering. I mean, just incredible. Love it. Love to see it.
Before we get to our main event, we got someone to explain it and make sense of it for us.
Yeah. And
I
also,
sent you a message.
yes, I'm.
Everything
that's
makes
the
sense
thing
now.
here. You see Soul as well. When I said she slowed down before every big move, before like that DDT block, before the Soul Snatcher, before she went ahead and, you know, because like you saw Becky trip at one point after the springboard. So you would see, Soul go ahead and go and take a huge deep breath every time. Not that it's a bad thing, but it was clearly noticeable, and that's something she doesn't normally do. So it was impressive that she was able to It was the therapy techniques that I tried to practice that I saw. She slowed down. It worked well. And holy hell, this was incredible. So only audio. Yeah, I know we're craziness here, but we do what we can. I mean, she looked nervous, but she looked like she tried to calm herself. I give her credit. And I still think Becky Lynch and Jessica Carr are going to have one hell of a match. That's what's going to happen. Honestly, you ask me, that's where we're going to.
I hope so.
I truly believe that. Jessica Carr wearing a mask in Evolve, she's been really impressive and fun to watch. A lot of people don't realize that's her, and I think that's even more kind of enticing about the entire thing. Jacob Tripp
I'm
as
excited
well.
for
Yeah,
Jessica Carr and Becky Lynch. That should be good.
definitely
That
something
should
fun to
be
see.
Fun.
And now getting into the main event, you said we've got our summation here. It says Liv put herself in the tournament because she wants it all. It's very on brand for her character. Interesting. It says, but if y'all don't see the obvious that Stephanie is going to take her out of or cost her in the match, y'all are being dense on purpose. So it's leading to a Stephanie interference, huh? Couldn't Stephanie challenge without going ahead and costing Liv anything? Isn't Stephanie? I thought she was owed some type of rematch or anything because of the way I don't know anymore, but still, that's her big, chest.
That's the question we're to ask.
4D chest
why
play.
is she earned a spot in a tournament when she doesn't even defend her own title? What makes her get a spot to fight for another?
I don't get it, honestly. And I'm not just being like, oh, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense.
And if Stephanie's ready and get a cost Liv and get her out of it, theoretically, shouldn't Stephanie be the one to have, if she's ready now to come back, shouldn't she have to be the one to go through a tournament to get Liv again?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, don't tease us with Liv for brutality. And it's like, oh, we're going to get them at Crown Jewel because Liv has one title and Rhea has the other. And it's like, yeah, we know. They already set this up a while back. And then when Rhea left to go get the SmackDown title, they had another interaction. What did they say at the end, Cody?
Ooh.
See you soon.
Which one? Oh, yeah, see you soon.
Rhea and Liv.
Yeah.
We knew this was happening. We knew this was set up. The two of them were supposed to face each other at, Clash or whatever the hell it is. The point being, I don't know why they act like it's some new development, but still, it makes you wonder why people are tired of Liv in the fan base. I guess to wrap up another story, but I'm not jumping on that at all either. What news we got? He was getting ready to jump the ropes, but tripped over Roman Reigns and caught himself in time. Yeah, that was a lucky moment, but way to recover quite the botch. Still funny, but yeah, I mean, Liv, what else is she gonna, they got to wait and build up to champion versus champion. And then what? Then we wait again. Because if Stephanie's not ready, she has no one else ready to face. It just feels.
They always try to make sense of it, though. They always try to make sense of it.
Try and fail, but try. Yes, opportune word there. They try to make sense of it most times, and I don't know why they do it this way. It is
even if it's Stephanie costing her. Why is a champion in a tournament to fight for a championship? Because her championship is one of the chosen titles to fight for.
You would think.
Holy crapazoids.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. At least I get the point of the champion being in the Rumble because, hey, I could choose who I'm facing as the champion, and that's but you're still having the match. This is
like your exclusive, right? If a SmackDown talent wins, they go after their show's title, right?
Mm-hmm. I fail to get it. It is unfortunately frustrating and, again, very convoluted and unnecessary to be done in such a way. But that's current WWE at this point because they want
When there's not a
moments
SmackDown
over
star, so if she
logic.
wins, how does she get it?
I wish I could tell you. Just like Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu, the main event here in Tribal Combat, and no countouts, no disqualification. First person to secure a pinfall or a submission will be the World Heavyweight Champion and the new owner of the Ula Fala Falafel Waffle, whatever you want to call it. The Awful Waffle. Okay. Michael Cole immediately said there's speculation online that Fatu is injured coming into the match. And then he hit a big suicide dive, and Graves at the same time says, well, he doesn't look injured. So I think that was their way of like being like he's fine. And then you saw him wrestle the entire time. Yeah. So if he's injured, as we mentioned earlier, he works well injured, I guess, because hot damn, he was able to compete and really go ahead and the Ula Falafel. Yeah, he was able to keep going. So more Bloodline Civil War. I wish they had everybody out there, not interfering, not getting involved, but watching. They did afterwards, but that I'm glad at least they had the MFTs and everybody come out at the end, regardless of being involved or not, because that you need to make this be important. You need to have everybody pay respect because this is what's controlling the entire family. You're the head of the table. You're, the tribal chief. You are in charge. You're taking care of everybody. If you're not doing it right and doing it for, everybody, what's the point? So you would expect to see everybody, anybody who's everybody there. They should have the elders that can make it. The Samoans, who's still alive, Afa or Sika or one. Or I think one of them still. Whatever, you get the point.
Didn't one of them die?
No, somebody's gone.
Roman's dead, right?
Yeah, I just forget
because
I think
it has
it was
to be Roman's
Afa.
dead because which one's his dad? Afa.
The Samoan.
Afa is his dad, right? Sika's his uncle.
Sika's his uncle, I think. I think that was the case. Trying to keep up here, but yeah, if I go through the rest of my notes, pretty much everything that we said is.
I do agree with that, though. Everyone should be in attendance for this when it's a tribal.
Yeah, I get they don't want people interfering, but this is also, it's supposed to be bigger than what's going on in the ring. It takes over the entire family. It takes over and controls the whole bloodline. That's the point of it. So I don't know. I'm telling you, they really needed to make this feel more important. What's the distinction besides the prize? What else is done in this match to make it feel like it matters? I didn't care when Roman came back as a tribal chief. Towards like the end of 21 is when I took that break. If you recall, I was really sick all the time. I was in the hospital a lot. So I wasn't hunting out live streams to see it while I was in the hospital. And I wasn't avidly watching every day. And I was tired of the bloodline stuff. And it continued for another 2 fucking years after that. It barely ever advanced or went anywhere. It was just more of the same. Roman gets everybody to fight their battles for him, or his battles for him. They all managed to take, what he needed and handle it, but he wasn't one to help anybody else. He was the monkey getting groomed, but not grooming anybody else after they take over the tribe and thin out the other evil monkeys. Crazy stuff. So Jacob is beating the hell out of Roman at one point. And, the elbow pad that Roman was wearing was off and Jacob's screaming at him saying, I try to tell Roman. And he climbs up on the apron and then he gets hit with a Superman punch and knocked down. And Roman picks up the ring steps and tosses it at Jacob's head. Great spot. And then Jacob gets out of the Superman punch by firing his own punches back. And we see Jacob basically get really hardly kicked into the head and no-sell the hell out of it. That's when Roman comes back and, you know, he basically starts hitting the usuals, the first 2 hip attacks, and nothing works. And now nothing's hurting Jacob towards the end here. And Roman hits him with a Superman punch, and finally,
it's kind of reminded me of a Backlash, right? They redid that, like
so
nothing's hurting.
It's
Jacob
doing
here.
no damage. The first Superman punch doesn't do it. The second one doesn't do it. And then the third one, he pops him up in the air and hits him. So that was cool. I've seen him do it before, but it was effective, and it was like, what else can I do in the moment? And I'm like, fuck, that's cool. And
I hate how the tongue and death grip, this is supposed they sell it every time as this like dangerous thing that no one can get out of it. But during matches, Roman's like,
it's nothing, and it's over in 20 seconds. So you see again, no selling kicks, all the offense is just out the fucking window, and Jacob's ignoring it. And he splashes Roman into the corner, hits him with headbutts, and Roman, like we said, does the war cry, goes to spear him, but goes ahead and runs into a head kick. And that's when he gets the tongue and death grip, and he takes Roman down, and then they roll to the floor. And unlike how, you know, you saw earlier Oba Femi get out of it by just fucking standing up, they rolled to the outside and onto the floor for this one. And then Jacob like goes for a big dive, and then Roman punches him in the air, you know, to take him down. And he goes under the ring, cover the skirt there. Then we get a toolbox that Roman goes ahead and he's trying to smash Jacob's hands with different tools. I didn't take many notes at the end here. I'm trying to think of what else happened. Basically, they're still on the floor fighting. They go through one of the barricades with a big ass spear from Roman to Jacob. Then they get back in the ring, and Roman spears him with a pretty vicious spear and gets a near fall, big 2 count. And that's when Roman gets up and goes, and he starts speaking to Jacob, and he's like, you better stay down. I don't need you. I don't need anyone. I don't need anybody's help. You stay down. And Roman takes off the turnbuckle pads, and 3 out of 4 right now are showing the metal behind the padding. And the only reason he didn't get to the 4th one is because that's where the Slim Jim table is. So they got the Slim Jim table ready to go, and all of a sudden, Jacob, like a spring trap at Five Nights at Freddy's, springs up and he grabs Roman again, like the Fiend, with the tongue and death grip, the mandible claw, the whatever you want to call it this time.
Same kind of thing.
Yeah,
All
and he's
same
taking
shit.
down Roman with the choke, and Roman is kind of getting screwed. Then all of a sudden, his hand gave out. He can't do it anymore. It's his bad hand because he smashed his hand with the toolbox. See, psychology, call back to an earlier moment. I really appreciated that. So now Reigns hits him with a, tries to hit him with a different spear, but Jacob stops him, even though he couldn't use his hand more. And that's when Jacob gets the fucking moonsault and gets the cover. 1, 2. Roman Reigns hits the low blow to get the kick out. This was, I didn't even see it at first. I just saw Roman's arm up. So I love the way that they produced this angle in the sense of how the actual literal angle, the camera angle, but also the moment angle. So multifaceted angles. But yeah, they did a great job of exposing this as time went on. So like you didn't get the full picture initially. He got a little blown, it pulled out a little bit, and like, oh, you bastard, like that slow reveal, the audience getting into it, and their visceral anger and bitter reaction was just a ton of fun. I really, really liked it. So now you're like, fuck, you're getting that. But Roman's supposed to be the face. Again, I say this. And what have we seen? Roman doing heel
That's
things
the thing that,
in every
like,
match
Jacob Fatu looks like he
consistently.
came out as the heel, right? Because he was like arguing kind of with the fans there, like, ugh,
Yeah,
like trying to
with all he
get to
said.
knock you out, kind of thing. Like, it looked like he came out as the heel, like pissed at the audience and the reception they were giving him at first, and
Yeah,
then at the end of the match, Roman's the one acting heelish. And now they're bullying him, even though Jacob Fatu came out as the heel in the beginning of the match. Now Roman's acting like the heel, bullying a heel, where technically now you feel sympathy for Jacob Fatu, right?
you should. You would think.
None of this makes sense. So who's the heel? Tell me.
I don't know.
Someone tell me who's the heel.
That's
I would
the
love to know.
problem here. That's what's going on. That's the main issue. So no one
Are the
no one-
Usos heel? Like, who's heel?
no one feels right. And like I said before, like, who's he yelling at? Who are they booing? Who are the fans
Yeah, I was
booing?
confused too. I wasn't sure who was behind who anymore, because
The fans are booing,
It was
but
a
they
whole
both
mess.
just did something. One got a Superman punch, the
Yeah.
other got a spear, kind of thing, and it was our Samoan drop, and you're like, somebody
one
help
knew.
me. So confusing, agitating. I thought my head hurt before, and my eyes were unfocused. This made my head really swirl. My eyes are still terrible. I hate that so much. Nothing you can do about it, but more Superman punches, rinse and repeat, and rinse and repeat. And what's that? Another Superman punch. And that's when Roman slams his head into the turnbuckle that's exposed, and he runs, and he hits the ropes, and he hits the ropes. And guess what he does next?
Tell me.
He hits the
I don't know.
ropes,
Tell me.
and then he does the
does
spear.
he?
Then he does the spear. But not from Roman. It was from Jacob.
Wow.
And it was fucking sweet. I will give them this. It looked...
I liked the
Great.
spin around he did when doing the spear.
We do know who the heel is, but I agree, Stuart. And what really gets me is that, son of a bitch, this spear here should have ended the match. Should have ended the show. This should be it.
Jacob's spear looked better.
Much better. Much, much better. And I mean, I don't know. I'm just baffled that this is how this works out at times. And I do prefer these earlier PLEs, honestly. I like the way that they include not just early, but the way the whole thing progresses. I like having the nights free, and then if we want to do more content and stuff, I'm going to be very careful here for wrong tab, what I show. But you can see already here, yeah, they're far from done with any of the stuff from the first match. So Charlotte already facing Jade again. You can see, they're talking, blah, blah, blah. And you can see the cameraman do look at like, why are you backing up? Look, she backs up and now I'm getting hit. Like, maybe you see her coming. Well, if you see her coming, why are you not warning her? See, she takes a step back. Like, Kathy, tell us we're going to get attacked. Come on. So she steps out of the way, and they end up all beating her down, and people come out. That's funny, though. And I wish they showed that spear part. That was fucking incredible. I think at one point there's a moment from Jacob. Yeah, here we go. I got to be careful with it. And I'm testing things, too. Last night's stream got nuked into nowhere, not into somewhere. And look, he
Can you hear
avoids
me?
it. Yes, I can hear you now.
My Wi-Fi.
We lost you for a minute. I will say this. I get very tired of the retard dance from Jacob. This is ridiculous. Am I crazy?
I don't know why.
I get, like, come on. Like, after a while, he gets hit and he's, like, sidestepping like he's got rickets and fucking fire ants in his pants. I don't know what to make of it. But, like, he gets thrown into the fucking turnbuckle again. Such a great spot. 1, 2. And just as he's about to, look at this, he catches him. Boom. great spear, great momentum. Like Roman's coming for me. I know it. I've already been squashed and sandwiched face first into two of these metal turnbuckles, and just bam. Like, that's how it should be. Very, very fun match. Really cool moments, but not enough to ever make me care about the bloodline or truly buy in that Jacob was winning. If they did the right thing, Jacob won. Holy hell, they could have some really compelling, crazy stories. But that's not what we got. We got a 27-minute main event that felt like a half an hour all the way through. It did. It felt long. It felt longer than one of my intros, did it not?
I mean,
did.
Your intros. Speaking about Liv Morgan, I have to do it again, guys. It's my shtick. Your intro was longer than Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer's WrestleMania match. Did you know that?
That's true too. I did know that. I mean, Cena is the 17-time champ. Gina Carano lost in 17 seconds, and apparently, according to Google AI, Liv Morgan can fit 17 in her.
Oh, Jesus. We're getting canceled now.
What? That's a good thing. Everybody likes it in their mouth for fresh breath. Yeah.
Oh, death breath or whatever that is.
For bad breath. Yeah. No, you want to prevent it. Where else would you put 17 sticks?
Are you saying she had bad breath?
No, she didn't want to. She had 17 sticks of gum that she put in her purse. I don't know why the censor thing went off. But she also could fit 17 dicks in her. So, I mean, that's true too. But I was talking about gum, not.
When the first bleep happened, sticks sounded more like.
I think that's why, because I said sticks of gum. Got it. See the censor.
Makes sense now.
Makes sense now. No, not money. Like sense. See, the thing's all fucked up. It doesn't know. It didn't even bleep. See, it didn't even bleep that out either. Doesn't know what's going on. If AI controlled censorship, oh boy, that would be hilarious. Like the TV bleeps and whatnot that used to be. Sometimes I go through, like it'll give you shorts that we can automate. It'll have them pop up and the I almost said lyrics, but the captioning that it provides for some of the stuff for us, I don't understand. I cannot fathom as to how they are able to decipher what we say as such. But oh baby, it's embarrassing. Like the AI should not be allowed to procreate or breathe or any of the above because baby, it's cold outside and this thing needs to go. One thing I did want to talk to you about eventually, not a wrestling topic, so it's not appropriate for here, but I'm curious about all these little cyber servers that they're popping up. They're portable, servers. Instead of having a gigantic server farm, they're going ahead and they're having you at your house provide space for them to have a data server, and it looks like a locked up. Any house, a locked up storage shed. So we volunteered your house first, and when you look outside tomorrow, you're going to see a locked up like storage shed looking device, and that's actually the server. And they're going to set it up and have it be all connected to your house's power, and then they'll reimburse you for the 3-prong access, and you'll be fine. So easy money. It was that, or you can adopt a
you did it to
female WWE superstar. They need help. They need to be cooked and
you did
fed.
it to Jeremy's house, and it showed the apps that he had on his phone.
It did everything. Yeah.
You want to read some of the apps that Jeremy had on his phone?
I mean, if you want, there was quite a few inappropriate, I think, things, but
when you order from like a pizza shop, like you can get a grinder.
Yes.
But he had that app on his phone, like a grinder sub, but not a sub.
Oh, like a foot long.
Yeah, that.
I got you. Because I saw
I think he was looking for footlongs.
there was one called Jacked with apostrophe D, and its symbol was just a gigantic. So I thought that was normal, but then there was another one called, he had he registered for a site called Naughty Charm, and it said here that he's a femboy seeking men, and if you fall in the category of seeking men, you're in good company on this site because we can explore our interests and each other's bodies by discovering romance while turning this into a wheel-tastic, fun-loving, or fully X-rated encounter.
Wow.
That's what his profile said. So he has a 4.2 out of 5 on Naughty Charm as well. He really shouldn't have let us into his phone with that data server. Sorry, Jared.
You want to tell what everything tomorrow? What tomorrow starts? First day of the month. Tomorrow starts a special month, and you have a new profile picture and banner to celebrate.
I do, and it's indeed Men's Health Month and awareness. So we're going to be focused on that as well. There's a lot to look forward to.
Oh, that's the month.
June. You know. There's also some other special remembrances in June. So we're going to be having a great time. This main event gets a what? I don't know. 27 minutes, pretty much all Superman punches. Oh, but Lesnar was all F5's. And I complained about that too. Like, I would have liked if Lesnar did 2 F5's and the rest was different moves. But that's not what you get from Lesnar, ever. And I had tempered expectations.
Oba and Brock are
for
two
that.
big guys, so
It makes at least
it's harder
a bit
to put them
more
away,
sense.
so it makes more sense for them to be finisher fest heavy, I think.
You nailed that, certainly. So I keep going all over the place with this because the main event, it was slow. It definitely was slow. No one's going to tell me it wasn't.
Is it because Jacob
Even if you're like, oh, it picked up at certain points, and then the interference, and then.
Do they need to make it slow because for Jacob?
No, I think it was just the storytelling.
A traditional Roman match.
I just think that was the Roman match, the style, everything was intended. And
like, if you're gonna work a slower paced Roman match, like you have to know how to tell a story more in a match. That's why something like CM Punk it worked, I think, a little better because and Punk wouldn't allow the slowness. I think Punk told him, "No, we're going faster, boy."
Yeah, but you could have a slow match, but with a faster pace. If it's a bit more to explain, but the internal structural time can be slow while still feeling quick. You know, it's all about how it's presented and developed in front of and to the audience. Are you included? Are you omnipotent? You know, do you know everything already, or are you finding out facts with the main character? Like, are you discovering things together and that's when it's being revealed? It depends on how these things are transpiring. Thank you, Paul, for more jewels coming our way. We appreciate it greatly as we just hit over 40,000 subscribers this weekend, folks. Thank you all so much for that. So please, I implore you, go ahead and hit the like button and also subscribe. Let us know what other content you want from us on IntoSomewhere. Please tell us, as we're open always to constructive criticism and the like. We like to know what everybody's thinking, feeling, and what you want, what you really, really want. But it took 7 F5s. It got the job done for Brock facing Oba Femi. Sol Ruca is our new women's IC champ. Roman Reigns retains and holds on to the World Heavyweight Championship and the Ulafala in Tribal Combat. He is still the head of the table. He's got the garb. He's got the gift of gab. He certainly could jab. We don't know what's next for Roman. I'm curious. Eventually, more Jacob. But right now, there's people that want to face him. One of the names being thrown around. What do you think of this, Cody? Finn Balor.
Ooh, Mr. Balor.
It's interesting. I imagine it would be like a flavor of the week thing, though. 1 or 2 months with one big match and probably a lot of build up. And then what? You know, it's like Finn deserves better, but no one's beating Roman still. I mean, that's not great.
Give something for Finn Balor to do.
It's more than just for him to do as well. Like there's a great deal that he can do with this and enjoy. So I can't at this time think of many other people that are ready to, or I would want to see face Roman Reigns.
Liv Morgan,
Joe Hendry, Danhausen. Santino and Danhausen. At the same time, who else we got? Tamatonga, or whatever the tall one's name is. We changed it, right? From tall to Shorty G, just to fuck with him.
Jake, I heard Liv Morgan's entering King of the Ring as well.
Ooh, now we're talking. That is trouble. Trouble. Can't you see? I'm not a boy because I'm sexy. Wow. I cleaned that up. I was going to say some dirty stuff, but I didn't.
What were you going to say?
I don't know. I had to be in the moment. I'm not a boy because of my sexy pussy. I would have thought of something juicy, you know? It would have been on the board. They call me a boy. What do you see?
I got to ask, now that we reviewed this show.
Yes. I didn't even give my score yet, did I? Oh, fuck.
What do you want to give your score first, or do you want to rank each show first?
They just have advertisement for donuts on this site, and, you know, I'm fat. And it's like every time I look up to get the news, it's just donuts. What am I supposed to do? Like, how do I focus?
Score first, or you're going to rank these shows first?
No, I'm trying, but look. Donuts.
That's not the 3 shows.
I know it's Twinkies, cupcakes, and donuts. Like what? You said rank
donuts.
them.
Okay.
So I ranked them.
Jake, that's snacks.
Twinkies, donuts, cupcakes. Cupcakes come in third. Sorry, it happens. I got some trauma with those cupcakes too. That was like my birthday cake for most years.
Jake,
what?
Let me tell you. I think you're going to be
don't
embarrassed.
Even tell me you don't like Twinkies.
No, Jake, that's not the issue. I love Twinkies. Jeremy likes Twinks.
He said. And Spaz like snowballs or snowballing, I think he said, but I thought he meant snowballs. Yeah, whatever.
Just vanilla ones.
So, what's the issue? You're not hungry?
No. Jesus Christ.
Then I'm
we can
lost,
just make anything out of.
I thought this was
about
educational
for wrestling shows.
Yeah, I know, but then we saw the snacks, and you said rank the 3, and I was like, all right, I got this.
Oh Jesus.
They're expensive now. $1.74 for a pack of 5 donuts. Or excuse me, 6. It's a 3-ounce sleeve. It's not enough to feed.
Just
anybody.
Like an individual pack.
Yeah. It's terrible, right?
It used to be like less than $1.
Used to be 75 cents. That's why I'm fat.
Yeah.
Now they're $1.74 each, you know? One-time purchase. You can never buy just one. And then if you buy just one, like, you got to get milk with it. It's a whole process. What are they thinking? Terrible. They're letting people die of diabetes, only letting them get one. And they what? Got to walk? I want to give this show probably a couple Twinkies out of Hostess. I'm doing it again. Damn it, I'm fat. I want to give it 7 cupcakes. No, I'm going to give it as either a 5.5, probably.
I gave it a 5.
I could see a 6 even. Solid, thick 6. Because Cody and Gunther was still good. Like, it wasn't a bad match. It was just good. I wasn't crazy about the ending, obviously. It was frustrating and it left a lot to be desired, but it wasn't an ending so bad that it was insulting or like it fucked with the narrative. Like it didn't affect the future of wrestling to come, as we've had some outcomes where you're like so perplexed and how did they ruin everything? I'm not saying they did great here. I'm just saying objectively They didn't burn the house down. Then, and that's not a compliment, I'm just clarifying, Rhea and Jade had a lot of botching, then the outside mess, and then, of course, Charlotte coming in was kind of rewarding, especially knowing how they've had all these back and forths and not worked with each other and things have not been great, and then Charlotte saved the day. Very cool. I actually appreciated it. She was not forced into the scenario and like dragged out there. It was her choice. So cool to see. The B-Fab and you know, Charlotte and
Get B-Fab and Meechin out of this feud.
Get them being involved doesn't help.
Please get them out.
I'm stuck there. And then Oba Femi and Brock, damn
that was my
good. I like this better than the Mania match. Even though the Mania match had more hype, I like this match better. But it would only work if they had that first match. If this was their first match, it wouldn't have worked. They wouldn't have been good because we'd be like, well, now Oba loses right away, and you needed that shock win.
Make this match even better.
Yes, and that's how it should be. That's the point of a series. That's the point of a best of. Yeah, Chet Flair knows all about Charlotte, so I was surprised. You know, I knew that they were gonna have Lesnar win in my heart of hearts, my Slim Jim filled Twinkie obsessed heart. But damn, they really had people debating, is Lesnar taking it all? Is he even going to bother with another one, you know, tonight at all in Wrestle, or is he just going to disappear? And that wasn't the case. So I'm happy with how everything turned out. It's better than the World Tag titles. It's better than the, you know, R-Truth and Damian Priest with one of them injured. It's better than like on SmackDown. We didn't get to mention it much, but it's really grown on me because of another part. So just like we needed the first match of Brock and Oba, we also needed fucking Johnny Gargano not doing anything for weeks on a crate, because now that Sammy's using him like a therapist to validate all of his bad actions and immoral things, and he's basically like, yeah, see, I'm glad you agree with me, and thank you for standing up for me. It's fucking great. It's hilarious, and it explains the mental turns that Sammy's slowly making as he loses his grip on reality, thinking he's 110% justified, right, and his ride or dies in the audience are going to stick with him no matter what he does. But he's delusional, and he's wrong, and he's blatantly wrong, and he's causing fights, but there's a few minor things that you can see, you can agree with him on, and you get. So what happens? He becomes a sympathetic fucking heel, and it works. It works really well. But it took a long time to get there, and a lot of people gave up along the way. If this wasn't a multi-situation, you know, effort where so many people have gone down this road, this would be more accepted and better effective. But instead, because I see Johnny being a pivotal role with Sami Zayn, maybe, depending on how long it takes, you know, because they're leaving too. They're not re-signing. So does WWE even bother pushing them at all, knowing they're leaving to continue the stories? Or are they replaced? Are they like, what's the next bit? That's another issue.
Well, see.
I truly believe that we're going to get more Becky and Soul. We're going to get Javon and Penta again at some point. We're going to get more from Roman and from Fatu down the line. But I liked the ending. It was fucking savage from the goddamn unexpected source of Mike Cole. Michael Cole goes ahead and he says, and I quote, "The Samoan werewolf has been neutered." He's been domesticated at the hands of the still head of the table, the still world champion, Roman Reigns. The Usos came out and placed the Ula Fala around Roman's neck. He's like, now their focus goes to Raw, where Jacob is going to honor Roman as the chief. And you saw Jacob just sit in the corner, soaking it all in. He's looking down at the ground, jaw-jacking them, and everybody exits the ring, and he's just sitting there. Even though, like I said, it was slow, that was very effective, and it makes me want to see Raw even more. We'll be live tomorrow afternoon for the Raw review on IntoSomewhere, so make sure you're subscribed and hitting that like button to know when we go live. You can also hit that bell for all notifications. Helps us out. It helps you out for when we go live. I try to put up the reviews in advance as much as I can now. It all depends on stream keys, access, and prep, but we try to have, something up there letting you know we're going live. You can also check Twitter at Countdown Ended and let you know what's going on there. So, Cody, any other thoughts? I mean, we covered a lot here. We talked about Clash in Italy. We talked about AAA Night of the Greats, Giants, whatever you want to call it. We've talked about King and Queen of the Ring, the brackets. You got that revealed to us. Like we said, we see Penta and Oba Femi taking on Solo and Carmelo Hayes. And then we got Dom and Braun taking on Trick and Damian Priest. The left side of the bracket has Seth and Javon taking on Tala Tonga and Ricky Saints. And then Jay Uso taking on LA Knight. Royce Keys taking on Finn Balor. The brackets for Queen of the Ring tournament.
I think we pretty much covered it all.
Like we said, Liv Morgan taking on Becky Lynch, Alexa taking on Chelsea Green, Sol Ruca taking on Lyra, Charlotte and Jade. That'll be interesting. Then we've got Roxanne and Io, Julia and Lash, Bailey taking on Raquel, and JC taking on Kiana Bolton Tits James. So where they're going, how this is predicted and advertised. Hopefully tomorrow, Cody and I can get together and give you pre-predictions for where we think the King and Queen of the Ring are going to go, because I've got some thoughts as to where this is headed. Certainly. There's several big matches on the way. I agree, Mayor Dickinson. The matches in King of the Ring are fatal four-ways. Oh, are they? Look at that. They're doing them fatal four-ways, so it's not 2 matches each. So they're doing 4, 4, 4. Even more interesting. See what happens when you're live and not watching the pre-show. So we've got Penta, Oba Femi, Solo, and Carmelo taking each other on. We've got Dominic, Braun, Trick, and Damian.
So it's fatal four-ways.
Fatal four-ways, yeah. Seth, Javon, Tala Tonga, and Ricky. And then we got Jay, LA Knight, Royce, and Finn Balor. Wow, that's unusual to do it that way, but it makes more sense with the listing. See, I read chat, not the news. Seth, Javon, like I said, that'll be interesting with Tala Tonga and Ricky Saints. Jay, LA Knight, Royce, and Finn. I could see LA Knight taking that. Maybe Trick Williams or Braun Breaker. And then the first one, Oba Femi over.
Homer Simpson gives this show a infinity out of 10 after you showed them donuts.
There we go. See, they know what's up. And then, like I said, on the women's side, Liv, Becky, Alexa, and Chelsea. So out of those 4, I would say probably Liv Morgan. Then you got Sol, Lyra, Chelsea, and Jade. Well, Sol's got the belt, so it would be her versus Liv, and they'll both have the titles. Roxanne taking on Io, Julia, and Lash. I'd love to see. Oh, you know what? This is kind of interesting. I'll show you in a second. But you figure the brackets, it can, now that it's a fatal four-way, it could actually turn into how are they doing the finals? So is that going to be? Let's see here. Does it say that far? Does it go that far? I'm curious because reason I ask, so we got 4, so 1. No, it's 2 matches. So then we'll have 2 singles matches. Because the reason I was asking is because the fatal four-way, if they had it at the end instead of, just a straight up finals, it could be Roxanne, Raquel, Sol, and Liv. So the final four, could have been Judgment Day and Sol Ruca. So that's interesting, of course. And yeah, for the women's, like I said, it could have been Liv, Sol, Roxanne, and Chelsea.
Will they make it interesting
Raquel.
like that?
I doubt it, but because then you have to have Judgment Day face off, and then you have to have Sol and Liv. So if we say Liv, or because they both have titles, but we say Liv, and then you have Roxanne and Raquel, so it's Raquel. So then it's Liv versus Raquel. That's what I would do, if anything, and start on splitting them up. But it would be fun. Lot to look forward to, lot to discuss. Yeah, I give this show today a 5.5. You gave it a 5. That's giving us a 5 1/4. Hell of a fair review. Last night, I think an 8 1/4 or 8 1/2 is probably a more realistic score to have achieved for the evening. But a very, very, very fun month of constant wrestling content, Double or Nothing, and Saturday night's main event, and so many other shows that we've had so far. We've been live a shit ton. We've gone over so much content, so many bits of news, tons of reviews. We're at 40,817 subscribers at this point in time. It was awesome to see Spaz have such an influx as well yesterday. Rising tide, raising all ships. We're waiting on the new album, the B-Sides Hits Remastered and Rarities, coming out for IntoSomewhere. This is part 2 of the main release. And eventually you'll get yourself a deluxe edition with a few other tracks. But for right now, it was supposed to release everywhere on the 28th. And when we had put it out for distribution, it probably, thank you, Paul. Look at that, dropping more jewels of the 100 variety. You're worth 100, baby. I've also gotten Pyro Wrestling to work again. Yay. So now this week we can finally have that return. That's a great time in 2K26. I've got the scripts written, so now we just got to go ahead and see what happens with the wrestling. We've got a few new people joining Pyro Wrestling Live as well. Going to be a blast. Can't wait to see how that goes down and transpires. Yeah, we're just waiting on the music to be posted live to everywhere that music can be streamed. But usually it starts off on either Spotify or YouTube, and then from there we'll see it. So if anybody sees album 2 come out, let me know, and we'll have our second release party. But Mask versus Mask in AAA was the best match that maybe not even just this weekend, maybe all year. You can argue that match was the history, the story, the intensity of the rivalry, how they both played it off, the blood feud, like just so many parts, so many facets to this. There's so many things that just made this work. And I couldn't stand the El Grandes. I was so freaking tired of all of it. But what it was is it wasn't working on the main roster, surprisingly. Donkey! Now, when you go ahead and you send it to AAA, where not only are they more inclined, accepting, and willing to suspend disbelief for a lot of things.
Donkey! I'm getting real tired of you!
They manage to, they love the paranormal. It's part of their culture, their heritage, El Chupacabra. They grow up believing in spirits, Day of the Dead, all sorts of, so they are better inclined for those roles and types of things. Like typically when someone loses a mask versus mask match, you saw it. Chad Gable had to have all of his information posted out there. It's basically like being doxxed. They're like, here's the reveal. That's because the people don't know who you are typically. As a luchador, most times for a lot of them, their identities are hidden until they're no longer wrestling under the mask, obviously.
You get it,
a good chunk of them, have gone ahead and they work hard to keep their identities a secret, and I can't blame them for that. So it's certainly interesting. But yeah, if anybody wants to go ahead and check out the music, you can go ahead and check it out right here on YouTube Music. That makes it easy. Or if you'd like to go ahead and see a YouTube playlist, here you are as well. There's the YouTube playlist that brings you to all 35 tracks. If you have anything ever for a project or a video that you want to use, let me know. We'll get you hooked up. I can go ahead and whitelist anybody for the content they want to use. I still get struck with copyright issues, so there's ways to take care of it on a song-by-song basis, but not, or video-by-video basis, but not song-by-song and not when live. So I have to go back through if I upload something and do it that way after the fact. So not a great deal of support there, but YouTube's still trying. We'll give them some credit, right?
YouTube
Indeed.
trying? That's something.
They are. They're trying. You know, it's getting us somewhere. I mean, you figure May 3rd, we started out at 31,000 subscribers. So we've seen some major growth these past few weeks, and it's been humbling, entertaining, and interesting. So we're now at 40,817, and we started at 31,197. Crazy. So thank you all so very, very much for that. I honestly cannot say that enough. Again, we'll be live tomorrow for the Raw review. Really excited to see what they do tomorrow. And I'm genuinely very excited because we got the King and Queen of the Ring, obviously, but
So that should
what's
be
going
good.
on now?
I
Is
didn't know they were doing
Jacob
Fatal
just
Four.
going to obey?
I don't watch the post shows. I don't know if you do. I don't watch the post shows.
I'll
Sorry.
check out the news afterwards. So, but I haven't.
Do you
watched
ever
in
go
a
back and
while.
watch those post shows?
Rarely. Sometimes if it's
Like I used to
newsworthy.
watch it when it was like the press conference.
Yes. Funny. These seem
But-
more fun to watch, but I watch these
Yeah, then what the
less.
press
You know.
conference is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I wasn't sure. I was just assuming it was one from the graphic
Yeah.
I saw. I wasn't paying. That's what we get for not watching the post show. But yeah, it's Fatal
Indeed,
Four
yeah.
Ways, I guess.
Hey, Fatal Four Ways gives us some interesting content and some fun stuff to look forward to. And overall, I mean, really, I think it's kind of an interesting take.
Chelsea's good in
doing
the ring.
Fatal
Liv's
Four
good in the
Ways.
ring. Becky's good in the ring. Alexa's like that good small. Like that could end up being a good match. The
Yeah.
four of them now.
It
Even though it
could
doesn't
be.
make sense for
Most of them
It
have
could
a
be a good
chance of
match,
being
though.
good. Yeah, absolutely. Most of them have a chance of being good and a chance to really go ahead and, you know, knock
Is
somebody's
that match
socks
happening?
off.
Did they announce what's happening on Raw? What's happening on SmackDown?
Not yet, but from what I was seeing, I guess it's supposed to start tomorrow. So
Tomorrow? Okay.
from what I was reading briefly, because WWE Night of Champions 2026.
I like this too because this actually gives helps. SmackDown's actually been building intrigue with storylines. Now on top of it, they get King and Queen of the Ring tournament matches. So
Yes,
SmackDown
and
can
they're
end up
going
being
to
a
2
really good show
hours
for it.
again shortly too. It'll be June 27th, so 2 days before Danny's birthday and a day before
That's too long.
my old boss's birthday. Yeah. So, but it does start tomorrow for the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. It does confirm it. Yep, Stewart said, post-show here, Milo challenges Jake for some snacks. You know, the dog is so not food motivated, it's unreal. Like, there's a few things he really loves to eat, but besides that, he's very, very picky, but he's even more stubborn. He passed all of his service dog training with flying colors. Like, he's incredibly smart. But if he doesn't want to do something, he's not doing it. No matter what the fuck you say, do, offer, he'll make me look like a total fool. Like, he'll do his waving, the yeet stuff. So, like, we'll be at the store or something. Kids will see him. Oh, he's so cute. And I'll go, Milo, wave hi. So he'll wave to a bunch of the kids and the parents, and they'll be like, oh, that's cute. And then some nice little old lady will come by, and I'll be like, Milo, come here. Come wave. And he'll just look at you. And he'll be like, wave to the lady. Go ahead. Do your wave. He's waving over here. Do your wave. Yeah, do your wave. And he'll just sit there and look at me like, uh-huh. You can go fuck yourself. I'm like, come on, Milo, please. And he's like, I can offer him stuff. No, he doesn't want to do it. He's not going to do it. And I'm like, I swear he usually does it. But It didn't happen, you know. Hashtag dicks. Ryan, you know, he knows it. We are all Ryan. Hi, Milo. You like to go ahead and just be stubborn, but you're the best boy ever. Cody, we've got a lot to get through this week. Like I said, Raw all the way to SmackDown on Friday. They're heading back to 2 hours.
Got a lot
soon.
of stuff this week.
Yes, indeed. NXT into somewhere weekly, and this Thursday, the return of game night. Unfortunately, I was supposed to get out of here by 7. The wife will be home in a minute, and then we've got to go and pick up everybody. So we're that close. We'll get our car fixed Thursday. Yay! They got the new part for the catalytic converter in. So about time. Only another week to go, but I am attempting to make up for as much as possible. So tomorrow we will have Pyro Wrestling Live as well as the Raw review. Pyro Wrestling will be on later in the evening because the Raw review is going to be at a special time at, I believe, close to 4:30 Eastern p.m., of course, not a.m. Sorry, Stuart. That'll be 6:30 a.m. for you, damn near 7, and that's a rough one. Hopefully you're asleep, but still, until that point in time, Cody, I need you to do me a gigantic favor, please, sir. And I need you, unlike Timu Trick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I need you to tell all these amazing people where they can find you. Where are we going to find you?
You can find me over on my Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it nowadays, at Judgment Day Era. You can find me over on my YouTube. I know I need to get back to the gaming content. That will happen soon. Just got to plan out a schedule when I'm available, and we can get back to that shortly. That is also at Judgment Day Era. And you can find me over on my Instagram at Cody_Onidi_316.
316, indeed.
Give me a hell yeah!
I appreciate you all hanging out with us today so much over this weekend, I should say. It's been a ton of fun. Thank you for dealing with all the audio snafus and issues and updates, but we try to always bring you the best, most entertaining show as friggin' possible. So anytime you have any suggestions or requests, anything you want to see different, tell us. Leave it in the comments down below. Also, let us know, where do you think Lesnar will be facing Oba Femi? After this, we've got 1-1. Does it happen at SummerSlam or does it happen at Night of Champions? I'm curious to find out, so you'll have to go ahead and let us know. 316. Yeah, Stuart's right. That's the number of times Liv's been mentioned, but that's also the number of times we've gone ahead and stay sexy.
Give me a hell yeah!
And thank you all for hanging out with us. Hit us up at Countdown Ended on Twitter. Go ahead and check us out over on the YouTubes, youtube.com/Jake DeMarco. We're on Instagram at Countdown Ended. And we are, of course, over on TikTok at IntoSomewhere. So check us out over there. More new content coming now that I've got our TikTok back. They sent me an email earlier today saying, hey, look, your account's unlocked. So yay, let's try it and see how long it takes till we get that taken down. But you never know what comes of it. So until then, that's been Cody. I've been Jake. Thank you all so much. Have a great day. We'll see you for the Raw review. And as always, stay sexy.
Jake! IntoSomewhere. One more bow, then fade to black. Hey, banana club.